Hey, how you doing today? This is Harold. Yeah, coming at you again. Second review of this Thanksgiving weekend. Sporting my University of Washington hat today since we won the Apple Cup here in Washington and earned a right for a bid to the one of the bowl games. But so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be doing another review today. This one here is going to be a cross. It's going to be an F2, another one of John Ford's creations here. And just so you get an idea, there's information on that. John Ford out there, Ford's Fiery Feuds, again, you know, real good friend. Does some really good things. Been messing around with some crosses out there in Oregon, and so this one here today is a Jay's Red Go Scorpion and crossed with a Jay's Chocolate Go Scorpion F2. You can see that whole lot of love right there. Kind of get an idea of that against my finger. It's a pretty decent sized pod. Good. This one here is a nice firm fresh pepper. John sent me these the other day. Asked if I could go ahead and give them a shot, and I won't lie, this one's probably gonna really be warm. Knowing the Jay's Red Ghost Scorpions, and of course then having the heat of that chocolate Ghost Scorpion, you're probably looking at a little bit of heat on this one. So this one, again, an F2, so you know it's going to be a nice warm pepper. And let's go ahead and we'll cut it open. We'll see what we got inside, see what our placenta looks like, and see how we're looking overall. If you can see that, you see that sheen on that knife, that just came off of that pepper. So we're looking at a good oily pepper here. So yeah, F2 on this one. So he's just starting to develop this one. I hadn't, that's my apologies, I didn't get with John to ask when these would be available, if he's growing these out to an F5 before he starts actually offering these up. But you might want to get with John, if you could, when I post this up, please let folks know, because I know we didn't get on this one to find out, and I didn't find out from you, and I apologize. But this, the lineage, I guess, if you will, of this pepper, you look, it's really, you know, this had it wasn't bad seed-wise. So it's really a clean pepper. Definitely a thinner walled pepper. Definitely one that would be a good grower for doing dried peppers and whatnot. Yeah, I could see that being a good one to do that with. So we're going to see what it's like, and hopefully I don't go into too much pain on this one. But so my first impression is I got a lot of, I thought it was going to go floral. But then it kind of switched over and went sweet on me. A little fruity. Of course, it's got that ghost in it, so initially you don't feel nothing. A little florally. So I feel the heat building now. When you're first chewing it and everything, it's not bad at all. But then you feel it really start to build. So I feel it getting warm on my tongue. Mucus running. That's my thing. I don't get hiccups a lot. but I'll get the mucus running. Ooh. And that one builds up. It's stinging. It's on my tip of my tongue right now. Yeah, that's warming up. A little warmer than the Black Naga, which I expected. It's a lot of heat right on the, like seriously on the tongue. It started out, you know, like most ghosts, you know, like that in there. And then it just like, boom, it's starting to come now. Making my eyes water. John likes to do that. John likes to make my eyes water with his peppers. Definitely warming up. So, definitely living up to like that Jay's Ghost Scorpion heat. Intense heat right now. Really intense. It now moved from my tongue. Now I feel it in the back of my throat. It's like it's transferring. Smoking heat. That's good heat. Whew. Yeah, we got some good heat on that one. And again, that one is the Jay's Red Ghost Scorpion crossed with a Jay's Chocolate Ghost Scorpion. It has an orange color to it. It's not red. Intense heat. Definitely over 1 million. Wow. Real strong heat. It's not like, you know, not like the absolutely most hottest pepper I've eaten, but ooh, it gets up there and it gets warm. Yeah, that one gets up there. If you're looking for a good initial flavor, and then the boom punch that comes, you know, when you get a ghost pepper or that Ghost Scorpion heat. And if you've ever tried it, it starts out like, you know, you think like, oh, I got this. And then the heat comes. And then it just builds. From once you start feeling it, then it builds. It's a, again, it's a trait of the ghost pepper with that stinging, searing heat of a scorpion pepper, and then crossed with a red and a chocolate, which most of us chili heads know chocolates are pretty warm anyway, and the reds are warm, but usually you get those chocolates are hotter than the reds, and it feels like it pulled a trait of the chocolate heat into that pod. So yeah, it's a real good heat. I'm starting to finally get a handle on the heat. So again, you know, if I apologize, I don't know if John's putting these out this year. It's definitely a good looking pod, long with that ghost pepper like look to it. A little bit of tail turn, which there's a scorpion part of it coming out. A really neat looking pod. Definitely a good one. You could get some really good heat out of that, you know, with a powder. Really good one there. That taste was kind of different. It went from, you know, like, I thought at first it was going to be a little, you know, real florally, that pungent florally flavor, and then it transitioned into a sweetness and a mix kind of, where it, I I don't know how it could do that, but it was kind of a, went to a sweeter, fruity side, and then somewhere in the middle, you know, and it's like I ate the pod and different parts of it transcended into different flavor zones. I guess that's the best way I could explain it. Uh, it wasn't like some of those really florally ones, you know. Yeah, I made my face, but it was a weird thing. It just kind of unusual flavor transition. Um, yeah, the heat though. Okay, so that one's going to come up on you, and you'll be sitting there and thinking you got it under control, and then it's going to give you a little bit of a slap in the face, and then you seen it. It just kind of took me over for a minute, and so now I'm working on my endorphin rush, which I like a pepper that can do that. Yeah, you know, you can take that heat, and all of a sudden, the endorphin rush kicks in. You're like, yeah, that's. A lot of times, that's what drives us to eat these. You know, people say, well, why do you do it? Well, first of all, combating that massive heat. Once you do that, and your body does that, all those endorphins that were fighting that heat then rush, and then all of a sudden you feel it. It's like this state of euphoria, and that's what I'm getting right now is that calming endorphin rush. That if you eat a super hot pepper, you're gonna know what I'm talking about, and you'll feel that it'll take over, and you're just like, you know, it's like a buzz. It's different. So I know a lot of people say, I'm scared to eat that. Well, yeah, right, they're hot, but you're going to get over that heat. And then once you do, yeah, you get that endorphin rush, and it's really something else. Good pepper. Overall, yeah, it's one that John Ford's out there working on. It's you know, he does great things. And like I said before, if he tells you that, you know, this is what you're getting, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get that pepper. You seen that pepper there. He didn't get the most gnarly, twisted, you know, pepper that you ever seen in your life, you know, but what I ate is what you're going to get if you get these. And that's the one, you know, one reliable thing I like about getting them from John is that, you know, if I grow these pods, I'm probably going to get exactly what I ate. So something to think about if you don't want to take the time to start those peppers like I have at the beginning of November and toil through them and keep them going, you know. But that's me in Washington State. I got to start them early so that they're ready for our short growing season here in Washington. So there's little tricks that we got to do. And if you're like, yeah, I don't want to do that, that's too much time consumed, then by all means, waiting for the plants to come out and get you some starts that are already started. You know, there's a few folks out there that are doing that, and so it kind of frees up your time for doing other things. So yeah, so that's the Red Jay's Ghost Scorpion crossed with a Jay's Chocolate F2, and I'm coming down pretty good now. Here we're at 14 minutes, and I've dropped down off it pretty good. So y'all take care out there. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Be careful out there driving, and have fun with your families. All right, this is Harold. I'm out. Take care.